Hey all, welcome to Codetech Facts. In the last video, we have seen how to create a controller and configure the routers and other informations. In this video, we can see how to connect the database using the PostgreSDB and creating a wrapper class for the raw queries for Sequelize. Let's start creating with the configuration. In our JSON file, we can add the databases. Inside the databases, we can have multiple databases for the connectivity. I have created a default. This is going to be my default database, username, password. The option is the Sequelize options, the host name, database and other informations I have added here. The next step is I have created a wrapper class which is going to be a helper for the SQL. For that I have created a SQL folder. Inside that I have created two files. One is Sequelize configuration. This is going to be my configuration for Sequelize. Here what I have done is I have installed the Sequelize. Here the configuration I have retrieving. Based on the configuration, all the databases will be holded here. Here I am fetching the default alone. Next step is I have created the connections using the database username and other options as well. And created an object constant Sequelize equal to Sequelize config. This object needs to be initialized while we are starting the Express.js. The next step is Sequelize helper. Here I have created the Sequelize helper here, calling the Sequelize config. So this is going to be my parameter. This parameters will hold all the parameters informations. Here I am passing the query as a string. The next one is the parameters. I can add the parameters like ID is a parameter and followed by the value. So add parameter is there. Maybe I can add more parameters like arrays of substance or the request.body. It will hold all the parameters. I don't want to add again and again. For that reason, I have added add values. Here passing the values. Then I have concatenating both the items using the spread operator. Next one is the execute. The execute is basically for the raw queries. It's for the stored procedure. Next one is asynchronous. All the methods I have declared as asynchronous. Here the executing the query, and this is going to be my select and insert, update, delete. I have created all those things. For testing, we can test whether our connection is working. For that reason, I have created an authenticate. This is going to be the wrapper class which is used for connecting the database. Here you can see that I have passed the query here. The replacement is my parameters. The parameters can be added in a single format or in a multiple JSON formats, which is getting by the request.parameters also. That is the body from our request. Here other than that everything will be similar. Only changes the query type will be update, delete and all those information. In the next step, we can create a wrapper for the transactions and multiple database. How to collect the multiple database, we can look later stage. The next we can see how to use the SQL helper class. For that we need to establish the connection as I mentioned while the Express is started. For that I am calling this method Sequelize config in our main.ts file. In the main.ts file I am calling that Sequelize.setConnection. The set connection will establish our connection. Currently it is only one database connection which is going to be the default alone. And later on I have added the controller which is the customer controller. I am calling the database connectivity here. Here I have used all the DML operations. The first is getting all the customers. It is going to be select star from customers. There is no parameter is needed. Here I have created the SQL helper and await of helper.select. So it will return all the customers. The next one is I am inserting a record. Insert into customer name, mobile number, values, and I have to return the ID because I have created an auto generated number. Here helper.add parameter of name. I am getting that parameter name from request.body of name. And next one is mobile number. Again I am passing that parameter. Here I have used the parameter so that it can be easily added those parameter information here. And next step is insert. So here automatically it will insert and returns the ID. Always it will returns the array of objects. From that 0th position, I need the ID alone to display. The next step is I am retrieving a single customer. It is also a single parameter. So here select star from customer where ID equal to :ID. I am passing the parameters like request.params.id so that it will get the ID from our parameter and passing the parameter to our database. Here I am using the select. It is going to be a single record, so I used results of 0, the first item alone. Here we should validate the item is available or not. Then only we have to show that item using results of 0. Here I have not done the validation. The next one is delete customer, which is going to be similar as the get customer. It is also have a single parameter, but only thing is I have called helper.delete. Then the next is update. So anyhow I will be getting all the information from request.body. I don't want to add parameters in sense of add parameter of name, add parameter of mobile in the insert. So I have used that helper.add parameter. This is not going to get by the body information. So id request.parameter helper.add values of request.body. The body will return the name and the mobile number, which is going to be concatenated here and update those values. So we don't want to add the multiple parameters, which is going to be the same as the JSON format. I believe that this wrapper class may help your project or in your learning. Please share your feedback and comments in the comment section. If you like the video, share with your friends. Thanks for watching the video. In the next video, we can see the transaction with the wrapper class. See you soon.